There will be no arrangement, and you're killing her.
Well, if there can be no arrangement, then we are at an impasse.
I'm afraid so. I can't compete with you physically, and you're no match for my brains.
You're that smart.
Let me put it this way. Have you ever heard of Plato, Aristotle, Socrates?
Yes?
Morons.
Really?
And welcome to
Morons Mince Movies.
I am your host, Moron, jolly old Sam Munoz, and I'm here with my other morons, Ublester Peñalosa II, and Akam, he's got a wonderful life, Arturo.
Hey, thank you.
I think I want a nickname now, man. I think I'm gonna want
Your nickname is the second. That is your nickname.
I feel like that exact conversation has happened before.
Yes, this is how I've told you this before.
on air?
Yes. Yeah, you don't remember.
Well,
And today we are celebrating the Christmas holiday by ranking our top 5 favorite
Halloween
Christmas movies.
Oh, Christmas. Fuck. I gotta change up my
redo your
list,
list.
man.
Yep.
God damn it. All right, I'll
Well, if
wing it.
Nightmare Before Christmas is on there, then you should be fine.
Yeah. That
One
works
less-
for both. That
One
works for
less
both.
that I have to transfer.
We decided to go for top 5 because we didn't want to go for an hour and a half or more.
We understand you all have families to get to and jobs to get to.
Our last top 10 episode.
But thank you to everyone who has been watching the top 10 episodes.
Yeah.
They've been doing really well for us, I feel.
They have,
it's
yeah,
really nice
Yeah.
to have that, feedback coming from the audience. And we do have our final top 10 of the trilogy coming up soon.
Yeah. I think it actually
Sit tight.
already aired. It should have aired by now, hopefully.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
We record these,
This is the
out of
ghost
order.
of Christmas past, obviously.
The reason why he thinks it's Halloween because it's actually October 31st right now.
Right now, we're trying to get really ahead of schedule.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there's some trick-or-treaters outside. You might hear them knock.
Yeah. Anyways, I do want to talk about what we're drinking today because we're drinking some special beer, right? Uble, tell us what we're drinking because I don't remember what it's called.
I want to do a little something special for everyone. In fact, Arturo, yours is in the fridge.
Oh, thank you.
But I knew that you were a big fan of the stout that I got us for the
Hell
100th
yeah.
episode. So
You guys told me before we started recording. I just saw it.
I wasn't planning it.
It's all Uble's fault. Blame him.
No.
Blame him.
No.
It's
in
Uble's fault.
fact-
No. Well, I already opened mine. So
Well, you had your own. You had your.
I
you
did.
brought
I
your-
brought
Why?
mine. Yeah, I brought a Christmas cart by Golden Road.
Oh.
It's a wheat ale with cranberries and spices.
Nice.
Especially-
Cranberries in
Yeah.
your
Nice.
beer?
It actually goes really well.
I'll have to taste it and test it. We can taste each other's beers.
Yeah, we could. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
That
sounded
sounded really weird.
No, it
As I
sounded
was
just
saying
right.
it out loud.
I say that
Let
to
me
all my
rephrase
men.
that. Let me rephrase that.
Well,
I can
cheers to the
put some of
Christmas
my
spirit,
beer in your
friends.
mouth, and you can put some of your beer in my mouth. There, that
And
sounds
then
better.
we'll enjoy each other's beer.
Maybe even gargle it a bit,
Yeah.
just to really make sure that our palate gets the full flavor. But
And
so
then you
you
can
have
spit it
your
into his
Christmas
mouth.
cart.
Yeah.
You have your Christmas cart. I got us. I got you the Bourbon County.
Thank you.
The one I got last year,
Fuck yeah,
last
thank you.
episode,
episode.
100
For the
episode.
100th episode, yeah.
And this one is also a Bourbon County, but this one is slightly different because it includes, what was it?
Figs and all kinds of
Graham
Christmassy
crackers?
things. Yeah.
Oh, it's the
And
Christmas
I
edition.
think, I think
Yeah.
there's a mistletoe in here.
I
maybe?
believe so. Yeah.
You might have to make out because
I
of
think
this.
you guys will have to.
I think
make
we
it.
did make out.
After we taste each other's beers.
There you go. Cheers,
There you
guys.
go. So anyway, cheers. This is what we're drinking.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
And I'm sorry to keep making this even longer. I'm sure I'm already fucking this up, but I do have a present for my fellow
Oh,
morons.
you
what the
son of a
fuck?
bitch.
In the spirit of
Oh my
Christmas,
God.
this is for all three of
This
you
be-
guys,
this-
including the producer.
This better not be empty gift cards.
No,
Because
no,
who the fuck would do that? That would be some bullshit.
This is from one moron to
Go
another
for it.
moron.
Do the honors. Do the honors.
Go
Arturo.
for it. Go for it. It's, you
The
can see
suspense
that
is killing me.
Arturo is a guy who doesn't like to rip the
Who is?
the
Are
gift
you?
wrapping. You got it. That's the whole point of opening a goddamn present.
Oh no.
I have these at home right now.
This is this
Wait,
is
This is the dude. Thank you. This
Wait,
is
I don't-
the
is
8
this
pack
just a box?
miso ramen.
Did you do what my mom does? And she puts like pajamas and socks
Here, open up
inside
the
of
box. Open-
roof sopa boxes.
I'm glad the box served as a joke already. Good.
I'm
But
pretty sure.
Oh,
I'm
wait.
pretty sure it's something else.
Oh, it is something. Oh shit, that's
What the
the ramen
fuck?
was good, so that's why I didn't mind.
I
Yeah.
was like, I got a microwave. I can use it right now. These are shirts. Oh shit.
I got excited for the ramen.
Wait,
So-
right?
No, I'm not bummed out now.
Not as
oh,
excited
it's
anymore.
money. Ugh.
Sick. Is this for me?
Yeah, that one's for you. I was
one's for
hoping you
you.
would guess it.
Fuck yeah.
All right, let me see if I guess mine. Oh, I know this one's mine, man.
Yeah.
How did you know that I was sorted into Hogwarts, into Gryffindor when I was in Hogwarts?
I have
Hell
no
yeah.
idea. I hope it fits.
Woo.
I hope it fits.
What is that supposed to mean?
I don't know if you're an extra large
joke
or.
on my. Wow, really?
There's
You
one
didn't
more.
know?
The one for Noel.
There's
The one
one
for
more
Noah.
in here. Let me open
Oh
it.
my
Oh,
God.
this
Yes.
is perfect, man.
Look at that,
Does
look
that
at
say
that.
you are
You
Kenough?
are
Damn.
enough, Noel.
Noel,
That
you
is-
are Kenough. You are Kenoel. I was trying to make a word, but I couldn't.
Dude, thank you,
Thank you
Sam.
so much.
Sam,
Dude.
man, you
Yeah.
put way more
My
thought into
God.
your gift.
That's a
Oh,
great shirt.
I love this, man.
This
That
Thank
is a
you.
great shirt.
All of them are great
These are-
shirts.
yeah,
man.
dude, you really thought of us, man.
Arturo can
Just-
only wear his once a week.
Only
I don't know who that
Wednesdays.
person is, but it says Wednesday on there, so apparently it's only meant for Wednesdays. But mine, dude, my son is gonna be so jealous. Oh, I'm gonna be like, check it out, Uble. I went to Hogwarts because it
That's so
says so
cool.
on the shirt.
Because it says so.
Oh man,
Dude, thank you, Sam.
man.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, all right, all right, all right.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can throw that one over there to our producer.
We could try each other's beers later.
Yeah.
Yes,
yes, baby.
absolutely. I'm just gonna put him here because I don't want to throw it through any of the wires
Any of
and
the
stuff.
equipment we got?
Yeah, any of the
We're very
multiple equipment.
sophisticated.
Yes, there's holograms.
I really
there's
did think it was
lasers.
ramen at first.
Should we get started, guys? Because
Yeah.
What are we doing?
We're six.
What's the episode on? It's
Top 5
top
Christmas
five.
episodes.
Top 5 Christmas episodes.
5.
Yes.
Top 5. Yes.
I thought you said top 2.
No. Top,
I gotta
top
come
five.
up with 3 more lists. Okay.
I did want to talk a little bit about like how we kind of went by creating our list.
Yeah.
Let's try to make it quick, but
I'll make it real quick.
Make it real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, go for it, Uble.
About 10 minutes ago, I remembered that I hadn't made my list. So I did a quick Google search.
Google search. I can't wait to
And
hear
I was
it.
like, this one, this
These
one, this
movies
one.
work.
I've never seen this one, but I'll pick it. This one and this one.
Okay,
No,
perfect.
but that's partially true. I did forget to make my list. I did quickly Google search, but the top 5 that I chose were honestly genuine Christmas movies. They're not going to
Well,
be
that's
to
gonna
your
be-
standard.
No,
You're
I mean-
going to scoff.
No,
at multiple
well,
movies.
there's when we're talking about Christmas movies, there's going to be different
It's
things
no
we're
holds
going to be
barred, right?
looking at.
Yeah.
And then what we would talk about if
Perfect.
it's just about
Okay,
an
then.
overall,
Yeah.
you know, of the of
There's no
greatness of the
cinematography,
movie. and stuff.
score, color, and all that
Well,
nonsense.
for me, I was looking at movies that
Of course you were.
personally I loved, but also that kind of encapsulated
Yeah.
something about Christmas.
Yeah. Martin
That,
Scorsese's Christmas Carol.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So that's how I
Where
made
Santa
mine.
Claus
Mine
gets
was,
whacked.
yeah. Mine was on
By the elves.
nostalgia. Mine was honest Christmas movies that I've grown up with. Arturo, how did you come up with your list?
So I've never actually ranked my Christmas movies.
Never.
But I have a list of like
The
my
man of
favorites as a
lists.
whole. So I have 2 Christmas lists in my phone.
Yeah.
One is the movies that like I love watching, and then there's the giant list of everything I need to watch during the Christmas
Got
season.
it. Okay.
So it was like kind of comparing the two and knowing, okay, I know for sure it's this. I personally had a hard time differentiating between like my favorite Christmas horror movies and then my regular Christmas, and realizing where that kind of all falls and ranking that. Because I love a good Christmas horror movie.
I didn't know
that-
that was a genre until a few
Christmas
weeks
horror
ago.
is totally
Oh,
legit.
It's totally
It's
a
legit.
thing, yeah.
All right.
So, but yeah.
Should we get going? Should we get
Yeah,
started?
let's
Who
go
wants to
start.
go first?
Either one of you guys.
All right. I guess. I guess.
Sam?
I guess I'll go
since,
first.
since
Yeah.
I put the least amount of thought into
Oh, okay,
my
there
list,
you go.
I feel
All
like
right.
maybe
Go for
I'll
it.
start. I'll be the joke ones.
Go.
So we're starting with number 5, obviously, right?
Number
Building
5.
up to
Yes.
number 1.
Number 5. Yes.
All right.
Go for
So for me, number 5 is one that I actually have brought up in the past
Mm-hmm.
on my Christmas list, and I remember this because I watched it in high school, and it basically talks about consumerism and capitalization and supply and demand and all the things that Sam enjoys, and that's Jingle All the Way. Arnold Schwarzenegger, the great Sinbad, and then
Saw
a
the
few
other
other
day.
people.
Jingle All the Way.
Jingle All the Way, man.
Anakin
That's
Skywalker.
that's young
Little
Anakin,
Anakin
little Anakin
Skywalker, yeah.
Skywalker. What's his name? Troy McClure. What's his name?
I
Phil
know him by
Hartman.
trauma. Yeah, Phil Hartman. There you go. Yeah,
Yeah,
you got it.
that was one of his last roles, I believe. But anyway,
Before he died, yeah.
I'll make it fast. Jingle All the Way. It gives you that feeling as a parent of trying to find gifts last minute.
Mm-hmm.
You feel the frustration of looking for a specific toy and not finding it. You relate to the protagonist in that he's just trying to get something that his boy's gonna want. He procrastinated, like many of us do. There you go. Our producers bringing
that's right.
up the
We
trailer.
should be seeing it here in front of our fireplace.
Are we going to be able to transition this fireplace into you're exciting like you're not?
Yeah.
Perfect. So as you can see in my cool chimney / television, Jingle All the
By the
Way
way,
is
love
my number
the
5.
setup. Sorry, I think
Oh,
we should
yeah,
have brought
thank
that
you.
up at some point.
This is my
gorgeous.
wife's studio. You guys are all getting a chance to finally see what my garage looks like now. This is what it is. Once Christmas season is done, all of this shit's going down, and it's just going to be an empty studio. But yeah,
For
this is where we
porno.
are. For what?
No.
No.
Go for it.
Reverse helicopter. So that's my number 5. Who's got the number 4?
My number.
Oh no,
We're
you're
still
number 5.
going on number fives,
fives.
yeah.
I guess I'll go for my number 5.
Good with number 5, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, I saw it the other day. It's a good one.
It's a good one, right?
I like Jingle All the Way, but it's so bad that I couldn't put it in my top 5.
You said Christmas movies were
No, it's
go.
definitely. We
Yeah.
talked about it last
Yeah.
time, and I said like I like it, but I recognize how bad
Yeah.
it is.
And
It's a.
It's so
Definitely,
bad.
like
It's good.
the first. This is the first time I watch it since becoming a father.
Turbo
So
Man.
it definitely makes a difference.
Right?
It does.
As a
and
dad
then
trying
the
to
whole
find-
scene where it's like, I don't need to remember, I have him at home. Like, he's my dad. And all
Yes.
that whole sequence.
Tears,
Oh, my
tears.
God.
And Sinbad
It's
the
so
mailman.
good. Yes.
I love it. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyways, okay. I'll go to my number 5, and I don't know why I'm looking at it. I haven't memorized.
I'm sure you do.
My number 5 is the Christmas classic Gremlins.
Nice.
And I
Oh,
talked
shit.
about this when we talked about because we had a Christmas movie episode, but we didn't really rank them.
Yeah, it was
Second watch it.
generalized.
Yeah. We just went through a bunch of
No
movies.
particular order.
But this is again one of those movies that I have a lot of nostalgia for. I think it works as a horror movie and also works as a Christmas movie. And it's because I wanted to talk with each movie as like what it touches upon in terms of the Christmas spirit. And this is like what it is to be really naughty and like the opposite of what like
Who's the naughty one?
The Gremlins
got it,
are
got it.
everything that is sin or naughty about
Yeah.
being a human
Yeah.
being, where the overindulgence, the lack of care, just fucking
after
everything
midnight.
up, eating after midnight. Yeah, like kids, you're not supposed to eat after midnight.
So you're saying this movie is symbolism of what humans are incapable of in their bad, naughty side.
Yeah.
the
They're
gremlin
bad,
is
not
that.
as yeah. So I think it sort of captures that part of the Christmas spirit because
So how does
because
this
we
become,
are
how is
naughty
this a
at
Christmas
Christmas
movie? Let's say that because a lot of people
It's-
probably didn't know that this was
Well,
a
Well,
the
it
Christmas
whole
takes
thing
place in
during
Christmas
Christmas.
throughout
Oh,
the whole
okay.
movie.
Okay. Yeah,
he gets
he's a Christmas
Gizmo.
gift.
Yeah, Gizmo
Got
is a
it,
Christmas
got it.
gift.
Yeah.
He's
Right.
looking for a Christmas gift for his son. He goes into Chinatown and
Oh, it's like the
the
Homer
Mogwai.
Simpson episode where he gets the Krusty the Clown doll. Anyway, yeah, go on.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I think he ends up getting the gorilla hand or something. Anyways,
Santa's
but
Little Helper?
no.
Oh, right.
Anyways, but yeah, he gives Gizmo as a Christmas present, and the whole movie takes place around Christmas. There's even a scene where the Gremlins are caroling. They open the door
What
and they're
the
caroling and stuff. Yeah.
You can tell it's been years, decades even since
You haven't
I've
seen
this
this?
movie.
And then there's one where they're hanging on like
Never
the
went back to
Christmas
watch it.
lights. They're
They're at
watching
the
It's a
bar.
Wonderful Life at one point.
One of them has a Santa hat, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're fucking a bunch
Yeah,
of things
you
up.
can see the Christmas tree in the background.
Yeah.
It,
All right.
it's a great Christmas
then.
horror, I would say.
Perfect.
One
Number
of the best.
5 for Sam, Gremlins.
Yeah.
Arturo.
So I was gonna mention my honorable mentions. I'm like, that's
Let's
too
do that
much.
at the
We'll
end.
do that at the end.
'cause I have
Sure.
mine.
Okay, all right. So my number 5 is 1992's Batman Returns.
Ah, I'm so glad you
we
included
talked
that
about
one.
that, yeah.
That was an honorable mention for me.
Yeah, well, I mean, we talked
Also
about it
honorable
last time, but I mean, this is in my official ranking because I watch it every year. It's so Christmassy. It's so Burton-y. It's so Batman-y.
Yeah.
All those things at once.
You know what I noticed putting these lists together is that Tim Burton does a lot of Christmas
Yes.
themed movies.
Yeah.
3 out of my top 5 were going to be Tim Burton
Burton?
movies. Yeah.
Yeah, he's in a lot of these lists. Anyways,
his thing,
go.
It just works.
Yeah.
But I mean, this movie was just so gothic, and it's such a mood. There's such an
Yeah.
aesthetic to this film, and there's the Christmas cheer, but then there's also like all the bad shit that's happening.
Yeah.
I mean, Keaton again as Batman, one of my fucking favorites of all time. Michelle Pfeiffer, I think, is always going to be the bar to reach for Catwoman, and she nailed that role so well. And Danny DeVito as Penguin. I mean, what a character that was. To think he could have won for mayor if he just wasn't.
If it wasn't Batman, just didn't fuck it up.
Violated his privacy. And recorded a conversation
like a heart from
they had in private. Yeah.
Oh, so good.
I think that was the first time I ever saw a CD. Because you know how he puts the CD in to record?
And then he scratches it.
Puts his headphones on.
One of the best Christmas themed scene in this movie is when they're dancing under the mistletoe and they say that line. It's like, mistletoe can be deadly if you eat it, but a kiss can be deadlier if you mean it.
Oh, that's right.
That is a very nice poetic line. Man.
I mean, and that the sequence too with like the ball and the dancing and like the discovering of identities, like it went further.
That's how they discovered their identities.
Because I'm going off of that. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
And it's just like it's not just like it is a fun film on very like it's entertaining, but it's also it's deep within its characters too, which is something I really appreciate.
Perfect combination.
But yeah, it's one of my favorite Batman movies, and it's a code to Christmas of mine.
Very nice.
For sure.
Hey, we haven't been sticking to the timer, have we? Or we are.
Yeah, Ubla, I mean, Noel's on it supposedly.
Awesome. Good job. We're limiting ourselves to time so that we don't make this a 5-hour episode. So my number 4, my only rated R Christmas movie.
Whoa.
And I included this because there were parts where I laughed uncontrollably. I haven't gone back to watch it again, but I can assure you it's ridiculously offensive.
I love it.
It's hilarious.
Yes.
It's rated R, and this movie is Bad Santa.
Fuck
yeah, man. That's. I'm not gonna say I gathered the children and the family around every Christmas to watch this particular movie on Christmas like I do the other ones on the list. But this is definitely a movie that I enjoy going to when it's Christmas time. I remember it fondly. I remember watching it maybe 15 times when it first came out, and then never watching it again. But the cast is great. It's also one of John Ritter's last movies that he was in. I remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah, John Ritter from Three's Company and other properties.
Did he die after that? I thought he still lived. Okay.
No, I think it was shortly after this. And then also the late Bernie Mac is in this movie.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
This is a great cast. I enjoyed it. The humor, I don't have much else to say with it other than just I wanted to include it in my top 5 because you don't see too many rated R Christmas movies.
And you know, you and I, we think alike because my number 4 is Bad Santa.
Shut up! Hey!
I think you were cheating off of me. Did you?
Man.
You looked at my.
Whoa, what was that?
I don't know.
It was that one for the chess match.
It's because it seemed like we were gonna. It seemed we were gonna do this.
I wanted. Yeah, that was my intention.
And I didn't want to do that, so I went for the fist.
And then
that
you prompted me to go for the handshake. And then the high five. So it was a roller coaster of greetings.
My
you need to zoom into that whenever that
please
happens.
do.
Anyways,
Just have it be the
Bad Santa. Yes.
I love this movie just because of how fucking naughty it is. My first 2 movies here are all about the naughtiness of the Christmas spirit,
channeling some inner psyche in there, huh?
on naughty. Hold on, real quick. Have you ever seen the horror movies Silent Night, Deadly Night?
I haven't seen that. No.
Oh, just the naughtiness comes up a lot.
Okay,
if
good.
You watch it, yeah, it'll make sense. We should watch it. I'd love to see what you think about it.
Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah,
so that came out last year, right?
No, this Silent Night, Deadly Night came out like in 80 something.
Wait, are we talking? We're not talking about the same one. I thought it was the one with the stranger.
Violent Night.
That's Violent
David
Night.
Harbour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My mistake. I got it confused. But yeah, just as Ube said, I love the comedy of it. It's an incredibly funny movie, but it's also a touching movie because
it is.
You get the story of Billy Bob Thornton's character, who's basically a total asshole and a drunk,
yes.
and all he cares about is money and his hedonistic pleasures. But then he meets this kid who's also kind of an outcast. He's not
what
kind
an
of
actor, by the way.
He is an outcast, and he grows to have an affinity towards him, and he becomes like a father figure, a very bad father figure, but a father figure nonetheless to someone who doesn't have a father. and yeah, you get that whole sort of like what's the word I'm looking for? Redemption, or you know,
I wouldn't even say redemption. I see it more as like Billy Bob Thornton. He stepped it up in his way, which is like, I'm a horrible person and I'm gonna do this one good deed, but I'm gonna do it horribly. Because he's doing it horribly.
Yeah.
But his intentions are good, I guess.
Yeah. So I think
that right there. Look.
when they're all hitting each other's balls, yes, that's fantastic. But yeah, so it captures, I think, both the naughty and nice part of Christmas.
Yes,
in
it does.
that you know, Bad Santa in the end. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. You know, turns himself around, even though he's still kind of an asshole. But yeah.
Fun fact: the kid is also in the Trick or Treat movie.
Oh, really?
I want everyone to watch.
Oh, is he the killer? Because he looks like he could be a killer.
You're gonna have to find out. You're gonna have to watch it.
Hair, huh?
Yep.
All right, what's your number 4, Arturo?
Oh, my number 4
It's Bad Santa.
No,
Imagine?
it's on my honorable mentions. No, so on my number 4 is a movie that actually it's my reflection, portrayal, representation. There you go. Of my youth. And it's a Christmas movie that's very dear to my heart and has gone forever. And I believe it is 1992's Muppet Christmas Carol.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's in my honorable mention.
Yeah,
Honorable mention for me.
The Christmas Carol as a whole, that story is so iconic. It's so
many different
well
versions.
revealed. So many versions that have been told so well. But the Muppet Christmas version, like it hits all the feels. All the songs have stayed with me for so long. And it's like it's that movie I put on to feel all warm and fuzzy inside.
Michael Caine is Scrooge, right?
Oh yeah, and he's a
Michael Caine.
wonderful
Michael
Scrooge.
Michael Caine.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And you got Kermit and you got Gonzo. Like, come on.
The Muppets. Yeah.
Fozzie Bear, man. It's all about Fozzie Bear.
And it's just
Waka Waka.
yeah. I mean, what hasn't been said about this story? I mean, and now with the addition of these awesome characters that we all love and we all love. For me, this year particularly it hit a little bit harder. So as a father, as a parent, I've become way more emotional than I already was.
That happens.
And I was watching it with my son, and it was at the very end, and everyone's as Scrooge has repented, and everyone's singing and everyone's having a wonderful time.
God bless us, everyone.
And I start sobbing. Like I was holding it back, but like I was just so moved by everything. And now being a father, and having the familial aspect and trying to provide, and Kermit was trying to provide for his little one, and everything. And I started sobbing, and then Damien, my son, saw that there was something wrong, and he ran and hugged me to console me.
Aww, you're traumatizing your son through the Muppet Babies.
Here we go, Uble with it. Everything is traumatizing to Uble.
It is. Talk to Sigmund
But like
Freud.
it was a moment that only, and then I smiled, and I'm like, no, I got Papa's okay,
of course.
and then he smiled. So that just was a moment that just solidified how much this movie means to me even more so.
Yeah.
So it'll be a classic forever in my book.
Yeah, are you excited for when you're gonna get a chance to watch it with him?
Oh.
and him
You
being
need
able
just
to
watch it with him? Oh, like him
no, but
understand.
like,
Yeah,
for
he
him
was like
to
more
understand.
playing, and he was kind of watching and playing.
They don't follow
yeah.
the complex storyline.
He's not even 2 yet.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
But
when
are you
he,
excited for when,
my God,
like when he's actually gonna look up to you and be like, "What? Ghosts of the future? Like
I'm
what?"
gonna lose my shit.
Yeah,
Yep,
it's gonna be
yep,
awesome, man.
yeah.
It's gonna be awesome.
What a wonderful time.
All right,
All
so
right,
we're
mate,
on
go
number
for it. We're
three.
making great
Number
time.
three, yeah.
Great time.
That was the
It
goal, right?
only took 4 episodes for us to get
to get it right.
Well, we're also doing half the amount of episodes.
half
This
the
is
amount of
true.
movies you
Sorry,
made.
that's
Movies,
what I mean. Yeah.
That's what's helping. We could
Yeah.
at this
Exactly.
point we could have done 10 at this rate.
Go for it,
My
Uble.
number 3 is Tim Burton film that has already brought up.
Batman Returns?
No,
Oh.
no. Nightmare Before Christmas is my
Oh,
number.
nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I had to include it. That's again it was gonna be one of 3. It ended
Tim
up
Burton
being
films.
Tim Burton films on my list. I had to cut it down, but Nightmare Before Christmas, the score, the soundtrack, the story, the fact that my kids love it as much as I do, and the fact that we get to watch it and rewatch it from like beginning of October to end of December gives me a nice solid window of, and then the kids love the song, so when we're driving in the car, they continuously ask for songs from that movie, which is fucking fine with me.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Do they
listen to
have a
Rage Against
favorite?
the Machine, but yeah, I was gonna listen to Rage, but I guess Danny Elfman and Nightmare Before Christmas works. So the score, the visually, it's fucking great. I love that it has to do with Halloween and Christmas. Yeah, everything about this fucking movie.
Do the kiddos have a favorite song from it?
Yeah, it's This Is Halloween.
This is
Halloween. This is Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah, that's
It's a
their
great
favorite.
movie.
Yep.
Love it,
Love
love
it.
it.
All right.
Same, man.
All right, my number 3 is the holiday classic Home Alone. Home Alone with
that's-
Macaulay Culkin and Joe Pesci.
That's a must. That's a must.
Yeah, this one is one that a lot of these I watched as a kid, so they hold a lot of
That's the
nostalgia
thing.
for
Yep.
me.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those movies that is a classic. I still love watching it to this day. I think it still holds up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous in its own sort of way, but I don't know why I find it funny. It's one of those movies that
it
I
is
can
funny.
it's funny, but it's one of those movies that I can understand why maybe some people would think like, it's not that great, whatever. But to me,
Blasphemy.
I still like it. I still love it, and yeah, it's a good one to put for your family. Like I've watched it with the kids as well. And yeah, man, it's a good fucking movie. And this one, I don't know how much it touches with the Christmas spirit, but again, it's more of like the naughtiness. I'm really into the naughty part.
I was gonna say you probably
I'm more like
this.
anti-Christmas movies. Here.
This other one is where they kill Santa, right? And his elves.
Well, I think here you have the parents being the worst parents of all time because
There's
they
that.
somehow forget their kid
On a trip.
Yeah, on the trip.
Now, but see, and
Have you rewatched it and how it all goes down?
Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah.
Well, it's
make
really-
it they
it's-
I'm
make
just
it
gonna
seem
say-
kind of plausible.
Well, a lot of
and
it's
why they have so many fucking kids in the first place is another thing I want. Why?
Well, it was
Yeah.
also the combination of all the cousins too. It's not all their kids.
yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, if you watch back, you just watch Kevin's dad. He just like throws the whole mess into the without checking for anything.
That's how the 90s were, man. That's how the
Like-
90s were.
This was 1990.
Joe Pesci made Goodfellas and Home Alone in the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I didn't know
I
that.
think
That's
it's
his
pronounced-
range, baby. That's his
Yeah.
range.
Pronounced Joe Pesci. Just so you know.
Sorry, Joe
I don't want you to make a
No,
fool of
it's Joe
yourself in front of
Pesci.
people. Pesci.
No, it's Joe Pesci.
So that was your number 3.
That was my number 3. Yeah.
Nice.
And I mean, it's just, I want to say classic. There's a lot of classic lines in the movie, classic scenes. It's just a pure classic.
And the soundtrack. Come on,
The soundtrack.
John Williams, dude.
Oh, John Williams did the score for this?
Jesus Christ, Sam.
I didn't know that. Honestly, I didn't know that. I never.
His
I
name
know that
is
Johnny.
only in huge ass letters as the movie starts.
Really?
Yes.
John,
Yeah.
you're talking about John Hughes, who wrote the movie, or?
And he did that too.
But I didn't. Oh, well, John Williams did. Can you look
Yeah.
that up?
Yeah.
Oh
Are you
my
kidding
god!
me?
I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that he did the score.
Yeah, it's John Williams.
Oh,
Come on,
that's,
I don't know where you have to scroll to see that, but
You gotta go
If you
down.
scroll
But
down
that's-
lower,
that's
it'll
alright.
just-
That's alright.
just type in Home Alone. There it is, John Williams, baby.
Oh, and he got fucking nominated
That's
for
right.
an Oscar.
That's
God
right, Sam.
dang.
Yeah, man.
Fuck you.
You need to get on your.
Sorry.
I was wondering if we were gonna get through the episode without him cussing at you, and I lost my bet. I owe you $10. Okay,
let
number
me
3.
Sam.
I don't know what the timer's at.
So
I don't know if
embarrassed.
producer's not
Did you guys
telling
see
us.
that Macaulay Culkin just got a Hollywood
Hollywood
Walk of
called
Star-
Culkin. It's pronounced Kawhi.
Hollywood star and the
Star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
that.
No, I
yeah.
didn't know this.
And his mom was there, Catherine O'Hara.
Yeah.
She was there.
She showed
Oh
up.
shit!
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Can't believe John Williams did the score for
Yeah,
Home
man,
Alone.
now you know. That's why it's so awesome.
All this time.
All right, number 3 on my list is 2015's Krampus.
Oh, I saw that movie. I actually enjoyed it.
Oh, hell yeah. Thank you.
Honorable
Yeah.
mention, actually, I think I even want
Oh,
to say.
such a fun horror
Did you watch
comedy
it?
hybrid.
I have not seen that yet.
What?
man.
Oh, you'd enjoy it, especially with the naughtiness over
Yeah,
here.
I know.
You're
We're none of
Like-
us are really getting into the happiness of Christmas.
And it
We're
goes
all-
back to the root.
I
It
did
goes back to
Muppet
the-
Christmas Carol.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It goes back to the roots of what
Yeah, I mean,
Santa. Go
so
for it.
for those who
No, it's not Santa,
maybe
it's,
unfamiliar, Krampus
German.
is it's from a German legend where in addition to Santa, on the flip side, the dark side of the coin, is Krampus, who takes
Krampus.
your kids to fucking hell if they misbehave.
Yeah. Doesn't he like he's supposed to eat him or something, right?
He kidnaps him and takes him to hell.
Oh,
He
really?
literally
To
takes
hell?
him into
is
the
that
depths
is that
of
the
hell.
real
He's not
tradition?
that bad then.
I thought the real
He doesn't
tradition
kill
was like
kids.
he would like. I think there's
He would
one
eat
where
you.
like he like beats them, yeah, or something
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, the story, evolves and
varies.
changes over time.
It changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's like there's festivals like
Yeah,
in,
yeah,
in
yeah.
Europe
people
for
would dress
this.
up.
they
yeah,
dress
and
up.
they're
Fucking
all-
horrific
and
looking.
And it's crazy because like you'll have kids
It's
like
around this time, I believe,
Yeah.
early December
Yeah,
when it
early
happened.
December.
and like you have kids that grow up with that
Austria.
legend as well as Santa, and you'll have them
Krampus.
taking pictures with Santa and Krampus, all excited.
so wild.
Like
And it-
as you can see here in this picture, I'm about to send
In my
Noel
chimney.
right over there. Where like it's this whole fucking thing. So like it was just really cool that there was like a blockbuster film, or not necessarily a blockbuster, but a big budget American film.
Yeah.
That was made based on this, and it was done. It's done so well. It gives you this whole perspective. Of like, is this really real? Is what's the fuck is happening? Again, it's a really great comedy horror blend, and a lot of it does scare the fuck out of you. In a really
It
good
was
way.
terrifying.
And there's other parts that are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. See, I will say there were parts where it didn't ruin the movie for me, but there were parts where it's a thing that happens a lot, which is the characters making the stupidest fucking decisions. Like,
Yep.
it's a stage 10 blizzard. They've sent out fucking warnings to everybody not to leave their house. We don't have electricity or cell phones. Dad, can I go to my friend's house that lives 5 houses down? It's already dark and everything's happening. All right, sweetie, just put on a jacket. And it's like, what the fuck? Why would you do that? But then it gets back to where it's good. And again, this doesn't
Yeah.
ruin the movie. It
No.
happened like 2 or 3 times where it's like, why are you going into the blizzard with the snow and the fog when there's a monster chasing you?
You definitely get engaged in the film.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
You
yeah.
do. That's why I was feeling that, because I was so engaged. I was like, "Don't do that! Why are you doing that?" And then I got kicked out of the movie theater, so they had to tell me what happened afterwards. But yeah, no, that's a good. That's a
Thanks,
good.
man.
That's a
Yeah,
good 3.
Fucking love it.
Awesome.
We're on 2 already, huh?
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Oh,
Nice.
shit, man.
Yeah,
We're
we
go
got
for
great
it.
time.
This is another movie that I brought up to steer away from the naughty and the anti-Christmas theme that we've been happening here. This is a movie where someone murders Santa. Oh fuck! Never mind.
Oh my god.
It's called the Santa Claus, and technically that's what happens.
You're
Tim
not
Allen
wrong.
kills Santa Claus, and then he has to be Santa Claus. So I completely take it back. I guess we're gonna keep going.
And he
with
stole
this
a
one.
man's clothes.
There's
He
a lot
steals-
of murder in
he
these Santa
steals-
Claus movies.
He steals a
I mean,
dead man's.
and Christmas movies.
Yeah,
A lot of murder.
he steals a dead man's clothes. Basically, this guy who's a divorcee
And he becomes him.
fighting for custody of their child, and then one night in a fit of rage he murders Santa Claus, takes his identity, pretends to be him for a full year, and then eventually just takes over the guy's life. So if you look at it that way, it is a pretty fucked up movie.
Identity theft.
Identity theft is a serious thing.
Yeah,
Millions
it's a
of
serious
families
crime.
suffer.
Yeah.
But I would say Santa Claus is my number 2 because it came out at a time where I was young and much like my
vulnerable.
number 1, much like my number 1 pick, I didn't have enough intelligence to be like, well, that wouldn't work. Like, come on. Is this really what you're going to go based off of? I was just open to like, this is fucking awesome and totally possible. It might even happen to me one day as an adult. I better be
Right.
careful not to kill Santa because I wouldn't want to be Santa when I grow up. So those
You
are the
wouldn't
kind
want
of
to be
thoughts.
Santa? I feel like
No.
you would. I would go looking for him just to murder him and be Santa. It
seems
But you
exhausting,
have to
yeah.
put on his coat though. It's not
That's the
just the
only way,
murdering.
yeah.
You have to put on his coat. Once he put
I
on the
would have
coat.
been down except for those scenes where he goes through the small chimney pipes and his whole body
Yeah.
just defies the laws of physics.
Yeah.
That
Because he's
part
magical.
yeah, but still that part made me feel uneasy and
Remember the
uncomfortable.
Loki movie? Magic.
Yeah.
Magic.
See?
I mean,
Magic.
episode.
my anxiety wouldn't allow me to be Santa just because of that one scene where he has to squeeze through the small pipe. Can you imagine getting stuck down there? Imagine the magic wears off halfway through the fucking small pipe and you just live the rest of your life there because you're eternal. You don't die.
Well,
Unless
he
you fall
does
off a
die.
roof.
That's why. Yeah,
Falling off a roof is Santa's main weakness.
He's
so
his main
that's
weakness.
his main weakness. Everybody knows that. Being stuck down a chimney,
I think he just
live.
doesn't age. He's always, 65 or whatever Santa Claus is supposed to be. He just
70?
never ages.
I hope that's
But
not
he can
65.
die like any normal human. He's just like doesn't age. I think
Okay.
that's how it works.
Well, then now the movie makes sense then. So that's my number 2. Tim Allen's The Santa Claus. I will say this before we move on to your guys' number 2 is I am not a fan of all the follow-up shit that Santa Claus has had.
Yeah, there's been like
there's
fucking
been
a ton of
Two
follow-ups.
movies.
Right?
3 movies.
Total.
So the first one,
Yeah. It
and
Feels
then
like it's
there's
been
2
like
more.
10.
No, it feels like that because there's always something. So there was 2 after the movie, and then Disney Plus is now doing a fucking series.
Yep.
So 2, I
Season
think.
2 just is happening right now.
Season 2.
It's still going.
Jesus Christ, man! Yeah,
I
know.
didn't know how popular this franchise was.
Yeah, well, okay, at the time, this is the reason why it's my number 2 is because when I was a kid, when this movie came out in '94, I was still vulnerable to the magic of cinema. So it seemed
I'm still vulnerable
it
to the magic.
seemed to me, yeah, you are. That's why you get a lot of A's out there because you go into the magic. But so for me in '94. For me in '94, seeing something like this happen actually seemed possible to me. I didn't have that intelligence to be like, well, this is fucking stupid. This doesn't make sense. Like,
I see.
why would the person who killed Santa have to
Become
be the
Santa,
next Santa?
yeah.
That doesn't make any sense. What if it's like someone that was trying to rob the guy and it kills him, and guess what? Now you're Santa. You get to have this magic power. Does that person stay? Anyway, I digress.
That's actually a good idea. That might be a good idea for a film.
For a film, right? Like a bad person
Like a
becomes
bad
Santa?
person's like,
That's true.
fuck this shit.
Yeah. He's like, I'm gonna get all the toys to my fucking
Wait,
family
that
and friends.
did happen. There was that movie with the wrestler as Santa?
The
Airbud 3.
wrestler as Santa?
Yeah, no, not
Hulk Hogan.
Airbud 3.
Under
No,
the Giant.
there's a movie with a
John
wrestler
Cena.
The Rock.
as
John
Santa.
Cena.
It's called The Rock.
Watch, just type that in. Wrestler as Santa.
A wrestler
And
as
he was
Santa.
like the bad Santa, and he like beat the shit out of people.
What is happening?
I think it's like
I think he dreamt that.
Santa slays or some shit. I think.
Santa slays. What kind of fucking...
No, a movie. Type in movie.
What kind of movie?
Why are you
I
on
don't know.
images?
There's like WWE going
Yeah.
on over here.
Santa fighting John Cena.
No,
I knew it was
that's
John
not
Cena.
it.
A wrestling
It's-
Christmas
no,
miracle.
yeah, it's like I think he was.
Let's write this movie, man.
Was
Maybe
it
you
Triple
dreamt it.
H?
Yeah.
Maybe you dreamt it, and it's
No.
supposed to be happening. You're thinking of the wrestler.
You need to stop talking about it and just get
No,
pen to
it
paper. and
exists.
start
Like
writing
he's
the
wearing
script.
leather and shit.
'Cause
Scroll
it sounds
down.
like a good idea. Leather weight
Whether
wrestler.
what movie did Santa slay? I knew it.
Santa Slay. Okay. Jesus.
Okay, we'll go to the actual movie. Yes,
If this is not in your top 5, then I don't see why you're bringing it up, man.
oh, it's just because like this existed. Like he was like a bad Santa, and he beat the shit out of people, and some other
What
shit
year
happened.
is this from? 2005, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mid 2000s.
But
What-
yeah, I mean,
who's
I was
the
just
wrestler?
saying there was a thing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know. I can't
Okay.
remember.
All right. Well,
Oh,
it's
Bill-
Bill Goldberg.
He played. There you go. Goldberg played Santa.
Oh shit, Goldberg. Well, you
Right.
know him better than I do, but I do remember the name Goldberg.
I do remember
so
Goldberg.
Sam, I'm surprised you haven't seen it then.
No.
Anyway,
yeah.
the Santa Claus, those movies, and when I was a kid, they seemed
Mm-hmm.
believable. They seemed plausible. And that's kind of the reason why I picked it as my number 2.
All right.
So
Good.
I do want to say one last thing about the Santa Claus. That movie has the saddest line delivery
Oh,
in
yeah.
all movies.
Wait,
in the
sadder
history
than
of
Schindler's
cinema.
List?
Yes,
In
Or
the
Tigers
history
of
of
Stone?
cinema.
in the history of cinema. It's
Or
when,
Barbie?
So it's when
Yeah.
Tim Allen and the kid they go to Denny's because he burnt the turkey,
I remember that scene.
and they
Yeah.
go and like, oh, like I'll
And
have
it's a
the
bunch of
eggnog.
single dads
and
and their
it's-
kids.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of single dads and their kids at Denny's on Christmas Eve
Uh-huh.
at
So-
like 10 p.m.
So
don't
then
see
the
what's
scene
sad
keeps
about
going.
this.
The scene keeps going.
Mm-hmm.
And they're out of eggnog. Oh, it's okay. I'll have this and that, blah, blah, blah. And the kid goes like, I'll have some hot chocolate or I'll have some chocolate milk. It's like, we're out of that. She's like, plain milk's fine. And it's the way he says that. It's
Man.
so fucking sad.
That is the saddest line in
It
cinema
is.
history.
His face just drops and he's like, plain milk's fine.
Have you seen Sophie's Choice? just asking, just out of curiosity, because you could pick any sentence in that
chocolate
movie.
I stand by it.
Chocolate milk or plain milk seems like a much harder choice than,
Then
what
Sophie
Sophie had to decide.
Sophie had to choose for him. Look it up, you guys. Okay, well now I'm
Decide
gonna,
for yourself.
when
but
I go back and see this movie, I'm gonna be incredibly depressed when that line is said because I'm gonna remember you
it's just so sad.
bringing this joke up.
Plain milk's fine.
Okay,
Oh,
that was my number
Sam.
2.
Yeah.
Sam,
I don't think I can follow that. I want to end the episode here. That was a good one. My number 2 is another holiday classic. This one is one that is very popular. It's called A Christmas Story.
Oh, hell yeah.
Of course.
Saw this the other day.
And yeah, I love it because I just find it incredibly hilarious. It's I love that it's politically incorrect, and you got little kids cussing and everything, and
shooting guns.
And shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a movie I've seen many, many times. It's so many scenes are iconic.
Yeah.
You got the lamp that people buy all the time.
the leg.
Some
Do
people.
you own that lamp? Have you?
I don't own that lamp, but it's funny that people know that lamp, and
Yeah.
some people don't even know where it comes from.
Yeah.
Like that, it's become just a part of
It's such an
Christmas.
iconic image. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like,
an
like
ornament.
that lamp just comes
Yeah.
out every
Yep.
Christmas. And
I
people
see it
don't
a lot
even
as
know where-
ornaments, like in random trees.
There's the tongue getting stuck on the pole,
Yep.
which
Tongue getting
was
stuck on the pole,
redone
yeah.
by Dumb and Dumber, Jeff Daniels, and it's
Yes,
just
yes.
as funny. Yeah,
Yes, it is.
yeah,
That's
man.
right.
This movie, fucking the Santa Claus pushing him down the slide.
Yes,
Yep,
you
yep.
shoot your eye out, kid. Yeah.
What about
and
his,
then,
the inner dialogue? I love his inner dialogue.
It's so good.
Yeah.
the
I'm always a
narration.
sucker for coming of age movies, and this is like, it's obviously he has his own specific story, but we all had that story
Yeah.
when we were kids of that toy that we really wanted, and we
Yes.
didn't know if
How to
our
bring it
parents
up.
were going
Yep,
to
that
give
Green
it
Ranger
to us.
Dragon Zord.
Yeah,
Sam.
and then realizing that Santa Claus doesn't exist.
It's a
Dude,
different Christmas story.
my wife and I and my niece, we had a big conversation about Santa and whether to, like, why, because I want to tell my kids that Santa doesn't exist. But my
Yeah.
wife is
Do your
like,
kids still believe in Santa?
Well, let me tell
They
you the whole
don't believe in
story.
Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they don't, because I've told them that he doesn't exist. That he's not
Oh.
a real thing. It's just the man in the suit and whatnot. But my wife is like, you're ruining the magic. Like, what? They're never gonna have that magic. And like, and I'm just saying, like, well, but they're gonna be smarter as a result.
That's not always a good thing, man. Ted Kaczynski was really smart. And look at what happened to him.
Yeah, you could just be sad and really
Yeah.
smart.
No.
Well,
That's I digress.
Yeah.
But like, so was the conversation like just about like?
it just got into we got into it about like they think that I'm ruining my children by not telling this lie of Santa Claus and telling them that he exists and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't want to get into it because I feel we're just gonna.
Oh, that's true.
No, let's just we're changing topic
that's
now.
true,
Guess what? Welcome to Morons Make Sense. We're gonna talk
Child
about Christmas.
psychology in Christmas.
Sam's kids and Santa Claus.
All right, I guess I gotta move on because the
Yeah.
producer is waving the,
Oh, yeah,
the
that's
time
right.
signal.
That's right.
All right, Christmas Story.
All right.
Love it.
Really solid number 2. My number 2 is a film that came up not necessarily out of nowhere, but it's the most recent movie on my list. And once I
most
immediately
recent.
saw it, it just catapulted itself towards the top of my list. Because it encompasses so many things I like about movies, and
You can't even
that
get
is
through
2022's
Godzilla?
Violet Night.
Oh, we just,
Wait, what is it?
didn't we just talk
Violet
about
Night.
Oh, Violent Night.
Sorry,
oh, okay.
David
Yeah,
Harbour.
Yeah,
Have you guys seen it by any chance?
No, we haven't.
I
seen
have
it.
not
Oh,
seen it.
it's streaming now. I forgot on I think Paramount
Amazon
or
Prime or
something.
thinking.
It was on Prime Video for a good
Yeah.
while. Ooh, I'll make sure you get my login for it.
Yeah,
And so this movie is
Pay for
just
any-
anything,
I'm not
do
gonna
you?
pay.
it's literally it's Santa.
Pay for being your friend.
So David Harbour as
charge you
Santa.
anything.
Hey, shut the fuck up. Let me talk. So it's David Harbour as Santa, and it's just he's a normal Santa, but of course he's tired, like, and you find him like he's drinking, and he's like, as the toll would take on any man for doing this for the past 1,000 years or so. And it just so happens he ends up in a situation where he comes across a house where there is people taking kids hostage. And it's a whole fucking thing. And then he goes and he beats the shit out of all these kids and saves Christmas. Not kids. Sorry.
Is
the
this
people.
is this the
the
real?
people
Yeah,
holding hostage.
Oh, he
I'm
beats up
in.
the children.
You should have started with Santa beating kids.
No, he
I
beats the
like
shit
it.
out of
the
these
people
people.
keeping the kids.
Yeah. And these black op agents
don't
and all
ruin
that.
it for me, Arturo.
And he saves Christmas. And it's fucking
Is that John
badass.
Leguizamo?
It is John Leguizamo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
This is the real plot to this movie.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it is.
That's fucking
And it's
awesome.
brutal. It's rated
If I-
R. And they actually get into some of his backstory where he was like a Viking. Like, there's some really cool little flashbacks to that shit.
But this is supposed to really be Santa with the reindeer.
the Santa.
And he
And
just
he's
kills
just-
people.
He's just down
He
and
beats the
out.
shit out of these people on the naughty list. He pulls them up and he finds out they're on the naughty list.
Is it
So
a
he beats
digital
the
naughty
shit out of
list?
them.
Was it a digital naughty list or an actual paper pen naughty list? Do you remember?
But
I can see him
Yeah.
being like, "Let me take out my smartphone."
No, it's magic. The scroll that he
fucking-
sees.
yeah.
Yeah,
But it's digital.
No,
No, it's a piece of paper. I'm
it's
guessing.
a
like-
magic scroll.
Yeah.
This is the way I'll put it.
No, dude,
Is,
I'm
is
in, man.
Santa allowed to murder?
Fuck
murder
yeah.
people? I mean, I feel like that's like against his
No.
code of conduct.
No. He's
Sure
not
there's
Batman. He's not Batman.
I'm
Not
sure
only
there's a
that-
Santa Claus policy code of
No,
conduct.
No, there isn't.
no,
I
no.
looked
He
it up.
just-
I
Hey,
looked
look,
it up.
look,
There
look,
isn't.
look at that axe story. Look at the cane. He sharpened the cane and
Yeah.
beats
Candy
shoved
cane.
it through someone's head.
Yeah.
It's awesome. This movie is incredibly such a good fucking time. I saw it in theaters last year with Buddy Tim. Shout out to you, brother, if you're watching. We snuck in Christmas beers, and it was just this epic time.
Was there
I'm gonna
any
check it
like,
out.
Was
Yes,
there
you
any
should.
cheesy punchlines where he was like, "You're on the naughty list," and he starts killing them?
I think there was one or two one-liners,
two?
but it wasn't
Yeah.
over the top. It wasn't a
Nice.
Schwarzenegger movie.
Awesome.
But like,
I'm in.
yeah.
I'm in. I don't know
But
if
no,
that
yeah,
was-
it was fucking awesome. I highly recommend it.
All right.
right.
Number
Number
one.
one.
We made
So
it. We
we're-
made it.
we're
And we're
ready,
under an
everybody.
hour. Look at that.
Nice. So my number one is a movie that already came up tonight, and I feel like the person who brought it up didn't do it justice because he couldn't even remember who did the fucking score to this movie. So clearly, not really a huge fan of this movie, but
That's why it wasn't my number one.
Home Alone. Home
Nice.
Alone.
But I love Home Alone.
Home Alone.
I never noticed that John Williams did the
That's
score.
the thing, is that it's such a good score. I always thought that opening soundtrack to this movie, the famous one, was a classic Christmas song that
Oh,
this
yeah.
movie then reused for the purpose of this movie because it just feels so fucking Christmassy. And later in my adult years that I find out that no, this isn't a movie written by fucking Beethoven or Mozart.
A
back
movie?
in the,
You mean the score?
I mean a score,
Music.
a song.
Damn,
It's a
Beethoven
song.
did
It's,
movies?
yeah. He did the movie Beethoven. Believe it or not.
With the dog?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. No, he did the score. No, it was John Williams who did the score to this movie. So now let's get past that. Again, this is a movie that I watched
Yes.
in my younger years. So watching it, I felt like everything that was happening to Kevin McAllister could have absolutely happened to me. Because I look at it and I go, no, yeah, I can see my mom being in a rush, fucking heading to the airport, accidentally counting the neighbor child as me, and then rushing me onto the van. Nobody amongst my family asking, hey, where's Junior? What's
because
going on
nobody
here?
really cares about you.
Exactly.
man.
That's
I mean,
why.
it's like
no, you're speaking the
I
truth.
forget about you, and I'm looking at you right
There
now.
you go. See, you think you're insulting me, but you're only strengthening my
Oh my
point.
god.
Is that as a child, I felt like it was absolutely plausible for this to happen to me. And then further than that, I felt like I would be able to come up with the exact same booby traps that Kevin
Yeah,
came up
right.
with.
Oh.
Again, this is what year did it come out in?
You'd
90?
be
90. So I would have been 6, 7 years old. And as a parent of a 6, 7-year-old child, I can tell you that the imagination is always like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if like a fireman showed up and said that they needed extra help and they let us go on the fire truck and help them put
I
out a
had that.
fire? Like he has these thoughts that are like in his head plausible. That's where I was at this age. So I was watching, I was like, yeah, paint cans on fucking rope. Duh.
Genius.
Who wouldn't think of that?
Aren't you afraid of spiders? There's a whole scene
Yeah,
where he
no.
grabs spiders. Like
The
I don't-
tarantula.
I
Yeah.
think I think you're too paranoid about
I
all
would
kinds of
okay.
things.
I would not have
that
used
you wouldn't
that.
do anything.
That was not part of my personal list of booby traps that I would envision myself doing because my brothers don't own tarantulas. Kevin didn't own that tarantula. But I have paint cans in my house. There's rope.
You have cats.
There's crystal ornaments.
You have cats.
Yeah, I have
You can
cats.
sick them.
Could fucking set up a booby trap where I throw the thieves like cat
Are you
food on
gonna
them.
throw the cats on them?
No,
Cat shit or something.
sorry. Oh shit! The producer over here is silently telling us that I
Silently?
run off my time. This is my number one. I feel like for number ones we should get more than the 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because
Fine.
I still have more to say. The fact that this Christmas movie had within it a movie called Angels with
Oh,
Dirty
yeah.
Faces.
What? No.
No, Angels with Filthy Souls is what the movie was called. Right? That's what the movie was called? Angels with
something like
Filthy
that, yeah.
Souls? It's within a fucking Christmas
Movie
movie.
within a movie. Yep.
And like the whole audio for me, like I remember watching this movie with my kid, probably when he was 5 at the time, and that part where he's all like, "I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna count to 3 for you to get your line stinking. I was like, hey,
No,
Uble,
God.
what's over there? Look over there, Uble. Blah, 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 making noise. And then he just like, and I was like, oh, fuck, I didn't think this one out all the way. But yeah, that's another
a great
thing
scene.
about
I don't
this.
know why you
It's
didn't let
fucking
your
awesome.
child to see that.
He was 5 at the time, and the look on his face
Fuck,
was
man.
terrified.
I'm craving pizza now.
Oh, because of the
'Cause of this
scene with the
movie?
pizza?
Yeah.
Man. This
Oh.
is just—it's a great fucking Christmas movie. The
Pizza Hut deliver?
the song, the pizza delivery guy who knocks over the statue when he pulls in twice. Yeah. I can go on forever about this movie. So that's my number 1 Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's a
Of all
comfort
time.
movie
Great
for
one.
sure
Yeah.
for me as well. It plays in
It's
our
a great
household.
one.
Number
Awesome.
1 and number 2 constantly.
Awesome.
My number 1 is one that also has been talked about already, and I want to talk about it again because the guy who talked about it didn't do it justice. Is The Nightmare Before Christmas.
At least I know who did the fucking score.
I don't think you did because I had
Danielle
to say it.
Elfman.
I had to say it.
No, Danielle Elfman. Most people call him Danny. I respect them too much to call him Danny. This is Danielle. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, this is definitely my number 1. It's the movie we put on, my family puts on to decorate the Christmas tree.
Oh,
We've done it now.
Oh, that's very cool.
We've done it
I like
now
that.
3 years in a row. And yeah, I mean, it's a great movie to watch. I don't get tired of it. I watched it so many times.
Yep.
It's a great Christmas movie. It's a great Halloween movie, and I think it's a great movie overall.
Yep.
And yeah, dude, like when this movie came out, I mean, stop motion animation has been around for a very long time, but this really kind of put it back into the forefront at the time. Like there wasn't that many very popular stop motion animation films, and this movie kind of started a new sort of trend where
Did this come out before James and the Giant Peach?
yeah.
yeah.
So then
Yeah.
a lot after this movie came out, there was a lot of other ones that came out. That was one of them. Tim Burton did a couple other ones, which was the one that we were talking, Caroline.
No, that was not
That
Tim
was
Burton.
not Tim Burton.
But he did the,
but he was like
Bride-
a
Princess
producer
Bride?
of
No.
it.
Yeah, well, because
Corpse Bride.
the director who did James and the Giant Peach did that.
No, isn't
Did Coraline.
Tim Burton like an executive producer on that one?
Probably.
Anyways, but yeah, Corpse Bride was another one which had Johnny Depp. There was a bunch that came
Corpse
after it.
Bride. Frankenweenie.
Frankenweenie.
Frankenweenie was another one. Yeah. So,
Paranorman, I think, was that one.
yeah, so it's kind of a
Everybody 3.
it's kind of a milestone movie for stop motion animation in that sense, and for that it's also it transcends just a Christmas or a Halloween movie type thing, and more of a great movie in the history of cinema. And as Ube said, the fucking songs are just super catchy. This is Halloween. What's this? It's something very rare. What's this? I'm growing pubic hair.
The heck? The fuck?
My ears. My freaking ears.
Have you seen the fuck version?
Yes.
The fuck.
No, you guys keep talking about
It's
it, but
so
I haven't
good.
seen it.
It just replaces that with the fuck.
But they do it so well, though.
The fuck.
What,
You
isn't
would
this? What is this?
It's
who's-
dubbed. So
dubbed,
someone
yeah.
dubs the
Oh,
actual footage of him.
But it's saying
singing that
what's
song.
this? He's like, the fuck.
The fuck? And because it's stop animation, you can't really tell.
Yeah,
the
it just
movement.
works.
It just works. Yeah.
We'll watch it
and
after this.
My favorite song is actually the second song, where Jack
He's all
is
depressed.
where he's all. I love
You would
that.
love
song.
that.
Yeah.
That I think that is the most beautiful song in the entire movie, and it
yeah.
also has like a very beautiful
The
scene,
imagery,
which is
too,
where he's walking down
yes,
the thing, and it
it's just
starts
like
unraveling.
Yep.
That's the
And he's
cover
got
of
the moon
movie
in the
poster.
back. Yeah.
The movie poster.
That's just beautiful animation and a beautiful song.
It's peak
I think
Tim Burton, man. I feel like this movie is just.
Even though the thing is, people give a lot of credit to Tim Burton, and he is a producer on this, but he didn't direct or write I think he had the idea for the
really?
for the movie,
Oh.
and it's his idea, his initial idea.
He
But I
wasn't really
think
hands-on.
the script itself was written by someone else, and he was more of a producer. But he gets a lot of credit for this. But it's really and there's actually a lot of controversy on that because what. Oh, and my belly is showing. It's all right. People can see my belly. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
here
just
they go.
looking at
Oh man. Merry Christmas, everyone.
And a happy New Year.
Filthy animal.
Yeah.
Timer is being ticked. Again, they get
No,
more
we're
time
not-
for number ones.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I think I've said everything I wanted to say. It's great movie. Watch it all the time. Don't get tired of
fucking-
it.
it's
And
so good.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I mean, it was on my honorable mentions. Yeah, it's really high up there for
I
me
would have
too.
expected you to have had this. on your
Yeah,
top
well, to I guess what's that? Subvert your expectations. That comes to
Nice.
my number one.
Godzilla.
and that is 1989's National Lampoon's
Christmas Vacation.
Oh
Yes.
shit! That's
Yep,
your number one.
that's the number one,
I didn't
man.
expect
I never
that to
pegged
be.
you as a
Yeah.
National Lampoon's.
This movie just hits the feels. It's like
Chevy Chase, man.
because this movie is uniquely like for families and for adults. I feel like it
Yeah.
has a really weird blend of
Yeah.
like humor that's like, whoa, that's not for kids, but then it's also there's other stuff. And like I remember I was watching a parody video, not parody video, but like a fun review of it. And it's just, everything seems like just the comedy, the humor, like I don't
Yeah.
like there's so much about
The
it.
one-liners, the
There-
quick
there's so much
scenes.
ridiculous stuff that happens, like that car chase sequence, or
Yeah.
not the car chase, but like when they're trying to race on the road, and it leads us to the Fast and the Furious, where he goes underneath the fucking
fucking big
trailer
rig. Yeah.
years before the Fast and Furious ever did it. But
They're
then
pioneers.
it's
this
yeah,
movie.
and there's the scene where he's chopping everything up, and he's wearing the hockey mask, and it has the chainsaw. Like those things have just become so iconic. Why is the floor all wet, Margot? I don't know, Todd. Like this is all this screaming. No, yeah, where's the floor all wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot. Whatever.
Yeah.
But this movie just it's my comfort Christmas movie, man. Like
89.
yep. Maya got me the little moose head shot and eggnog shot glass.
Oh no
for it.
shit! Nice.
And it's just like that sequence. Fucking Cousin Eddie is so ridiculous.
National Lampoons, man.
Yeah.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard us include a National Lampoon movie in one of our top 10.
I mentioned top 10 lists. Yeah, that's true. But I did mention it during the
I
Christmas.
will say
episode
Yeah,
it's
we did
overall.
been a
talk about
while
it.
since I've seen this one, man.
Oh,
It has been a
please
while for me.
rewatch
It's
it,
been a
man.
long while.
All his struggles with the Christmas lights. Like again, these are things
I
that
remember
do
that.
happen,
I feel
but
like I
it's
should
just
go back and watch it
ridiculous.
just because
yeah.
now as a parent and as a
I
you know,
have been, this is one of those movies that I have been wanting to rewatch because it has been a long time for
Yeah.
me since I watched it. That's why it's not in my top 5 or anything like that. But it's definitely one of the classics.
Everything.
But yeah, I saw this. I think I saw this movie when I was like 12 or something like
holy
that.
shit!
Well, I mean,
it's been a while for you.
think
Yeah,
about it
it's been a
You're
long
like
time.
51.
Yeah, and look how good I
and
look.
think about it now as an adult. The fact that they got both their parents in the same household. Like, could you imagine that? Having first off having that big of a house, and
Yeah.
then shoving all your families in there like that, and
It
like
would be a
dealing
disaster.
with all
Chaos.
that, like
Yeah.
in the madness. Like it's
Well,
fucking wild.
Alcohol is
dog.
shaking his head because their family's always together and whatnot. Because he lives.
Mine would work out. Mine and Mia's for like what we're talking like 20
Oh,
minutes.
no,
What's the cap?
days.
Days?
They did. It was,
Oh yeah, no.
it was like Christmas weekend.
Oof.
Yeah.
No, that wouldn't.
No,
that
my
wouldn't go
my
well.
in-laws and my parents and all of us together, it would be
in
chaos.
a cabin for the weekend.
Actually, that has happened.
Oh no! Yeah.
We managed to survive, but I don't
Yeah.
know if we would survive.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So like it's again this is
All right.
that's my favorite.
You guys want to do honorable mentions?
Yes. All right. So yeah.
Do you want to rattle them off or?
Well, I don't have that many. It's not like
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you talk about movies in a decade.
I have like 3.
I have
maybe
5.
four.
Basically, it was a top 10, and these are just the back 5.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
Go for it.
And then you can kind of say if you had them as well. Die Hard was my first honorable mention.
Nice.
Another great Christmas movie. I don't care what anybody says. Elf.
Yeah, Elf.
I had
Elf is on mine.
I had Batman Returns as well.
Batman
and
Returns is
I
on
had
mine.
a more recent movie called Claws. It's on Netflix.
Oh
I've seen
fuck
that
yeah!
one.
It's
Yeah.
so
really fucking
good.
It actually made me cry and stuff.
Hell yeah!
And I think I almost thought about putting it in my top 5, but I need more time with it. I think I need to it needs to live in my mind a little bit more.
I'm surprised that neither one of you guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Are we just going to specific?
Go for it.
Yeah.
No, they're on.
Neither one of you guys have mentioned Edward Scissorhands.
I had that in my honorable mentions. It's down at the bottom.
Yeah, Edward
I do
Scissorhands.
love
felt
that.
Like you,
Yeah.
I felt like you probably would have.
No,
had that on your
that is a go-to for
top
me for
5.
sure. Yeah,
It's Johnny Depp. It's Captain
Yeah.
Jack Sparrow. It's
Tim
Tim
Burton
Burton.
again.
Winona Ryder.
It's Winona Ryder. It's Ryder. Yeah. That was my honorable
I had a
mention.
Muppet Christmas Carol in my honorable mentions.
Nice.
Yeah.
How the
Elf.
Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey version.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have both. I have the Jim
Oh,
Carrey
the-
version and the classic.
That's Maya's, I think, like ultimate Christmas movie.
One thing is like
Christmas.
that was like a
Classic
made
with
for
Jim Carrey.
The
TV
classic Jim
movie.
Carrey. Yeah. The Jim Carrey.
Yeah, it was
Oh.
a made for TV movie, but
The original wasn't made. Yeah, so I didn't count those. Like,
Yeah,
it had
it's,
to be
it's only
feature
like
films,
34 minutes or some shit.
like 40
yeah.
minutes or something. Yeah.
Yeah, but the Jim Carrey one, that's like Maya's like favorite.
Yeah.
And it's it's cool to see her get excited for it, and then it gets me excited for Christmas. You know?
Yeah, I have seen a couple classics which are
I was
like
gonna ask you about
It's
the
a Wonderful Life and Miracle on 34th Street. I have seen,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
like them both. It's a Wonderful Life. I think is probably the better movie. I just haven't seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they never stuck in my head to like kind of rewatch him and stuff.
Same, but
I
I've
do like
purposely
them.
not gone back to watch it because I'm afraid that it might kind of ruin what I have in my head of those movies. In my head,
Really?
I just have the more
Like-
iconic scenes.
Oh, I see. So
and I
like
go,
watching it
I'm
as a
afraid of
whole.
going back and being like, oh, this isn't as great as
Gotcha.
I have kind of held it in my head.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of just like, I'm okay with
I
what I
think-
remember of it and what memory I have of it.
I think
Does that
it's,
make any sense?
it's a one. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I think It's a Wonderful Life is a good one to kind of go back to because it's
Classic
people.
cinema.
It's a classic movie. I
Yeah.
mean, people call it a Christmas movie, but Christmas plays only a minor part in it. Really, it's more about this guy's life.
Yes.
And like how he affects other people because he's such a great nice guy and everything like that, but he's down his luck and he wants to kill himself. It's also a little depressing and everything.
It's a moment of weakness, man.
yeah,
We've all
and-
had that moment of weakness.
And then but it does take place on Christmas and at a certain point. But I also had Christmas Vacation, but I hadn't seen it in so long, but that's why I put it down the bottom. And another recent movie that I just saw this year, and I think it's a really good Christmas movie, and over the years it might gain more popularity. It's
Yeah.
called The Holdovers.
I
it
saw
came
this
out-
on the list.
Yeah. It's a Christmas movie and it's really good. It's not great, but it's good. It's a good movie, especially when you put it as a Christmas movie. I think
Yeah.
it's up there.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I also wanted to. Oh, sorry. Go for it.
All right.
No, because I already mentioned one. I mentioned Edward Scissorhands.
I mean,
haven't
I'll just mention mine from like 6 to 10 because that was the rest of my list,
Got it.
just casually. So that was Just Friends, starring Ryan Reynolds.
Oh.
I mean, this is just a good, raunchy like Christmas comedy that hits the feels too, in a certain sense. 1974's Black Christmas, the horror movie,
Oh man.
which is so iconic. It really did create the blueprint
I've
for
seen that one.
slasher films.
Yeah.
And it also has very like memorable sequences in it. Night Before Christmas, as we mentioned, of course.
Casual.
Home Alone 1 and 2 I throw them in as a tie.
Two.
You
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yes, I can.
Cheaters.
And then Bad Santa is what rounded out my top 10.
Nice.
And I would be remiss if I didn't mention my favorite Christmas TV series of all time, Hawkeye.
Oh yeah. That can be
Okay.
seen.
It's
We're
so
not-
much
We're
fun.
not talking about TV series.
Not talking about.
No,
like
but
that
I
more.
did want to make sure I mentioned it because it's a lot of fun and it's got action and
All right.
good Christmas times.
So just to finish off the episode, I already mentioned Edward Scissorhands would have been on my list. The other one that I wanted to include was I'm stalling for time clearly because
He's scrolling
I
I
super
had scrolled
fast.
I scrolled too fast.
I am getting pretty drunk here.
That's too bad. You're gonna fucking listen to my top fucking running out. Okay, anyway, I'll just go off with the ones. The night. What is it?
I'm gonna start taking off
The
clothes
Christmas
now.
night?
No,
I'm gonna
you
start
know
taking
what I
out
like?
the one
clothes.
with the one with Seth Rogen. I'm looking it up.
Oh, the
God
night
damn it.
before. The night before.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Have
That's the one I
yourself
mentioned. The night
a
before. Did you ever
merry
watch that
little
one? With
Christmas.
I
the
did.
Night before, with Seth
Jeff,
Rogen,
Justin Gordon-Levitt, Anthony Mackie.
No, but I've heard the
And the
Beatles
Kendrick.
song. Oh, the night
Kaplan.
before.
the bourbon is hitting. Anyway, my honorable mentions
Wait,
don't really
and the
matter after Edward Scissorhands.
I haven't seen
That's a
that.
good one, yeah.
Yeah,
You haven't seen it?
The Seth
Night
Rogen
Before.
one. I haven't
Yeah,
seen
it's
it.
good.
no.
that was good. 8 Crazy Nights is another one that
8
I
Crazy
enjoy.
Nights.
That's not a
Christmas.
Christmas movie.
I
Isn't
know.
that a Hanukkah movie?
Yeah.
That
know.
doesn't count.
It has to do with Jesus some way, I'm sure. I don't know. I don't know much about Hanukkah.
Anyways, with that we're gonna say goodbye because I think we passed an hour. We were supposed to be under an hour.
I mean, we started
Had
pretty
too much
good.
eggnog.
yeah,
yeah.
but we had that whole
we edit
episode
it,
where
yeah,
like the
we
camera
can
went down, and that's
edit
like
it.
5 minutes.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah,
5
it'll
minutes.
be 59,
Just under an
59.
hour.
I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
every episode the
we're
camera has gone down. I'm just
Yes.
saying,
Keeps us
Anyways,
on our toes.
please
Have a wonderful Christmas and happy
Yes, Merry
holidays.
have a
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa,
Watch out for Krampus.
Happy Krampus
Feliz
Day,
Navidad.
and all that good stuff. And please like and subscribe. And if you're feeling generous, put a comment down there and tell us how much you hate us.
Yay!
And
everybody.
as always,
Have a
Have a dark night.